You're looking at a page covered in strange symbols. No letters you recognize, no words you can read. Just marks carved into stone thousands of years ago. And somehow, someone managed to read them. That sounds impossible. A language with no living speakers, no dictionary, and no one left to teach it. Yet today, museums can display accurate translations of ancient inscriptions. So how is that possible? The answer isn't magic, it's detective work. The most famous breakthrough began in 1799 when French soldiers discovered the Rosetta stone in Egypt. It contained the same message written 3 times, in Egyptian hieroglyphs, Demotic, and Greek. Scholars already understood Greek. That meant they finally had a bridge between a known language and an unknown one. More than 20 years later, French scholar Jean-François Champollion cracked the code. He realized that oval-shaped symbols, called cartouches, contained royal names like Ptolemy and Cleopatra. Once he matched those names to the symbols, he began identifying sounds and patterns throughout the writing. In 1822, he proved that hieroglyphs weren't just pictures. They were a real writing system. After nearly 1,400 years, ancient Egypt could speak again. But not every mystery had a Rosetta Stone. Another script called Linear B was discovered on clay tablets from ancient Crete. There was no translation to compare it with. A young architect named Michael Ventris spent years studying its patterns. He tracked which symbols appeared together and noticed they behaved like a language with grammar. Then he made a bold guess. What if the hidden language was an early form of Greek? He tested the idea using ancient place names, and it worked. In 1952, Linear B was finally deciphered, revealing the oldest known written form of Greek. These discoveries all followed the same process. Researchers counted symbols to determine whether they represented letters, syllables, or words. They searched for repeated patterns, looked for familiar names, and tested every theory over and over again. One wrong assumption could force them to start from scratch. And that's why some ancient scripts remain undeciphered today. The Indus Valley script, for example, has no bilingual text, no confirmed related language, and inscriptions that are often only a few symbols long. Without enough clues, the puzzle remains unsolved. These stories remind us that writing can outlive the people who created it by thousands of years. Champollion gave ancient Egypt its voice back. Ventris revealed a forgotten chapter of Greek history. They didn't have computers or artificial intelligence. They had patience, careful observation, and the determination to keep searching for patterns. So the next time you see mysterious symbols carved into stone, remember this. They aren't silent because they have nothing to say. They're simply waiting for someone to discover the key that lets them speak again.